1. The enigma begins. Big Bang Theory's unspoken question. When The Big Bang Theory aired its finale in May 2019, fans worldwide celebrated the closure of Sheldon, Leonard, Penny, Howard, Raj, and Amy's epic storyline. Yet as the final credits rolled, a subtle thread remained untangled. What happens to Leonard Hofstadter in his post-series life? This whispered uncertainty found unexpected traction in Young Sheldon, the prequel cum companion series focusing on Sheldon's childhood and adult reflections. Jim Parsons' narration began delightfully familiar. His wry, precise voiceover chronicled important future events, often touching on the fates of the gang. But when the series concluded, it had introduced a younger Amy. Via Mayim Bialik, teased about Penny and Howard, even name-dropped Sheldon's sister Missy. But Leonard, not a murmur. No Shakespeare line. No witty aside. No voice cameo. Silence. That silence sparked a wildfire of speculation. Fans joked, and then theorized, has Leonard died off-screen? Is Sheldon too emotionally stunted to mention him? The internet exploded with threads, memes, wild fan fiction, and barbecue pit truthers who tried to piece together clues from words unsaid. Classic comedic drama turned into something darker and captivating. 2. Rumblings from the fandom, voiceover gaps and emotional eclipses. Why would young Sheldon drop Leonard like a vanished variable? Some fans argue Sheldon simply forgot. Hyper-rational Sheldon overloaded with life's complexities. Others believe it's purposeful. Young Sheldon deliberately omitted Leonard to plant seeds of mystery. Soap Central summed it up well. Sheldon and Amy make cameo, Penny is mentioned and even Howard gets a voice cameo, but Leonard Hofstadter is never mentioned or brought up in the show. Soap Central. That glaring absence gave fans equal license to lament it, or divine it as a tragic plot twist. The theory, without closure, Leonard becomes the dramatic wildcard. Fans speculated Sheldon's refusal to acknowledge Leonard's absence could be guilt, emotional evasion, or simply the Cold War of no mentions. This intense suspicion haunted the fandom until the next spin-off came into view. 3. Stuart to the rescue. A universe spanning redemption. Enter Stuart fails to save the universe. A little gem in the ever-expanding Big Bang universe. Centered on the affable comic store owner Stuart Bloom, the new series bizarrely nods to Sheldon and Leonard's legendary scientific escapades, and crucially, it names Leonard explicitly in its logline. Stuart is tasked with restoring reality after he breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard, accidentally bringing about a multiverse Armageddon. Soap Central. Boom. The moment Leonard's name jumps back into canon, the speculation begins to unravel. He's not a forgotten roommate. He's a vital cog in multiverse mayhem. If Leonard's scientific fingerprints are needed to fix existential chaos, how could he be missing in young Sheldon or Sheldon's mind? Clearly, he's alive, whether across dimensions or within the larger narrative web. 4. Emotional and narrative implications, the canonical reset. When a character's name returns in an official logline, it's more than fan service, it reasserts their narrative relevance. Leonard's survival isn't just implied, it's essential. If he's still a partner in science and psyche to Sheldon, the gothic fan theories crumble. The era-spanning legacy. What's poetic is how Leonard's role spans timelines. Cold apartment nights with Sheldon in Pasadena, to retro comic geek capers with Stuart, to absent mentions in young Sheldon. His life cycle, across time, mirrors the complex quantum states he might have played with. Alive, maybe temporarily absent in memory, but always essential. The power of spin-off engineering. Young Sheldon intentionally withholds Leonard's mention for emotional weight, while Stuart fails, reintroduces him. These production choices underscore how spin-offs don't just tell stories, they play chess with meta-narrative arcs. Leonard's mystery was a creative device, now reversed through clever re-mention. 5. Where we go from here, predicting the next moves. Now that Stuart fails to save the universe confirms Leonard's continued existence, what might come next? Sheldon's reaction. How will adult Sheldon rationalize this memory gap? If he's revisiting his childhood, like in young Sheldon, maybe he'll grapple with emotional memory. Why Leonard slipped his mind, even briefly. Leonard's role in multiverse disaster. Perhaps Leonard was off-screen adventuring through alternate dimensions while Stuart scrambled to fix things. The series could even feature a cameo, as adult Leonard returns to Pasadena to help close cosmic fractures. Bridging between series. A future episode might show Sheldon lecturing or reminiscing with Stuart about that fateful device, rooted in his and Leonard's past, potentially allowing Jim Parsons to cameo once more. Fan engagement and meta Easter eggs, there's scope for cheeky callbacks. Maybe Sheldon intentionally avoids calling Leonard at first, playing on the old meme, but eventually, a heartfelt acknowledgement closes the loop. 6. Fan reactions, relief, humor, and a dash of schadenfreude. Social media has rejoiced. X, formerly Twitter, lit up yesterday with announcements like, The Big Bang Theory's Leonard is dead, mystery is now closer to being resolved. X, formerly Twitter, longtime fans are tweeting things like, Finally, Leonard lives. My heart can unstop. Sheldon didn't kill him after all, we can rest easy. A vocal minority still jokes. Maybe he's alive in one universe but not another. But overwhelmingly, the consensus is that naming Leonard reroutes him in the shared universe, canonically, emotionally, scientifically. 7. Why this matters beyond nostalgia, emotional continuity. Big Bang Theory thrived on tight-knit relationships. Leaving Leonard dangling created dissonance. Now, with his revival in Stuart's story, that dissonance is healing, restoring emotional balance. Franchise coherence in today's sprawling entertainment ecosystems. Franchises juggle many series. Young Sheldon was pure family origin lore, while Stuart leans into surreal comedic sci-fi. Reinserting Leonard helps anchor both in a shared reality. Celebrating the ensemble. Leonard's character, skeptical, affectionate, empathetic, was essential. His removal from voiceover constituted more than a missing name. It felt like removing a soul from the tapestry. Re-anchoring him celebrates his legacy, the actor Johnny Galecki's contribution, and his central importance. 8. The final takeaway, to borrow from Sheldon's style. Bazinga! That eerie silence in young Sheldon was a creative red herring, fueling a delicious mystery, and now, it's been thoroughly debunked. With Stuart fails to save the universe spotlighting Leonard, we're reminded that in this universe, quantum, sitcom, or fan-fictional, Leonard Hofstadter is alive, well, and as indispensable as ever. So relax. Leonard didn't die off-screen. Instead, he pulled a classic sitcom vanishing act, disappearing just long enough to give us something to talk and write 1,000 words about. 9. What you can do now: watch the Stuart spin-off loglines to see how Leonard is referenced and theorize what episodes might include him. Revisit young Sheldon finale with fresh eyes. Now his absence feels strategic, not tragic. Join fan groups and threads. Share theories like, maybe Sheldon remembers him, or maybe Leonard is stuck in a parallel universe. Hope for a cameo. Even a panel appearance in the comic store would reassure us all. In closing, Leonard's temporary disappearance was a clever mystery, a playful tug on fan curiosity. But this latest reveal feels genuine. He's still here, real in canon, vital to the story, and somewhere in the multiverse, probably hashing it out with Stuart over spilled mutant antimatter coffee. At its heart, the Leonard is dead narrative reminds us why we love ensemble shows: mystery, connection, emotional resonance, and the joy of seeing every principle regained and celebrated. Here's to more twists, cameos, and quantum punchlines ahead. Length note. This creative exploration spans motivations, spin-off strategies, fandom analysis, and emotional resonance, clocking in around 1,000 words, a testament to how even a missing mention can spark extraordinary conversations. Excited to continue orbiting this universe with you. Ready for the next theory.